Alright, welcome back. We're now on the next day, probably in the courtroom, I guess. Alright, September the 7th. This is the Turnabout Sisters case. We just to catch up where we were, we basically found there was some dodgy evidence seeming to implicate that April May, whatever she was called, is doing something dodgy. It was the lady across the road. Found the murder of our boss, Maya Fay, her sister, has been accused of the murder because she was there and Mia wrote her name in blood, which is, for whatever reason she did that. But yeah, so we're hopefully going to get to the bottom of just what was really going on. It seems to be there's evidence from what we knew at the start of the case that the phone message had been intercepted because the guy knew that Mia had put the evidence inside that statue. So yeah, so we'll see. I've got a nice cup of tea as well. All right, so courtroom number 1, 10 o'clock, September the 7th. Miles Edgeworth now as well. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statements. Thank you, Your Honour. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution's evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honour. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. We may call our first witness, Your Honour. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Right, here he is. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Alright. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death, loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Yep. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Okay, witness testimony. Maya Fay's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why, we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder. Alright, the very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Cross-examining what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, mate, just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected May would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Got the press this time. Something the matter? No, Your Honour. I'd like to begin with my cross-examination. Alright, Miss Maya Fay's arrest. As soon as the phone call came, I rushed to the scene. Should I press? I'm not going to press everything. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why, we had a witness account describing her. Miss saw Miss Maya Fay at the moment of murder, so press. Hold on just 1 second. Oh my God, my tea is in trouble. Yeah. If I heard correctly, I don't know why it said the court record there. I might have pressed my hasn't. You said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss Mary's suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she's pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honour, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honour. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Right, hard evidence. All right. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab tests showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Right, how would you like that? That's my hard evidence. Right, Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honour, why didn't you testify the vast piece of evidence in the first time? Well, I know, I'm really embarrassed about that, Your Honour, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defence may begin its cross-examination. Not too sure what the problem is here. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab tests showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Maybe I have to press it. Let's have a present and see what we got. Department store. She died instantly, didn't she? Death was instantaneous. There we go. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Miss Mia Fay, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fay. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course you read it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no buts in your way out of this one, Detective. Alright. That's what we'll like it. Order! The defence has a point. Of course we do. Of course we do. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, when exactly did you obtain our autopsy report? When? When was it? Goodness me, I can't remember now. I think it was the day of the death, wasn't it? The day after? The day of the murder? Day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecutor's point being... because he died at night, didn't she? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honour. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received the results this morning. No way! Your Honour, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. You're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. I'm a sham. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defence will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honour, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Died from a blow by blunt objects. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honour, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Alright, Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. April May. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Right. Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service. Wink. Goodness me. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honour. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September the 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was in my hotel room, tee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from Fay & Co. law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to court about what you saw. Goodness me. Alright. Dodgy as hell, this woman. Witness's account. It was like 9 a.m., 9 o'clock rather, at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end, that's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink. Good job the text is covering the rest of her. Well, Your Honour, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see any need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. A cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. Of course I am. I'm glad to proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. Just have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Alright, witness's account. Alright. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. Let's have a look. What have we got? Floor plan. Okay. Maya writing in blood. Wiretap. Broken thing. Conversation. Nothing really there, I don't think. I'm going to have to press her, I think. I haven't even got anything to go. Just keep pressing on everything. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expected to see something? Oh, well, gee. What? That's it. She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know. Oh dear. I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe we should press a little harder on this one. Yeah, go for it. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. The poor girl. Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. My God, I've been reading the text. Press on this one because you can't see from that distance. The woman with long hair? That's Mia Fey. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting next to the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testament's bulletproof, Your Honour. He's right. What do I do? See, I mean, I don't know what to do here. Court record. Got nothing really to go on there. Let's question it. Hold on a minute. This testament stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... You're lying? Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendants? Yep. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Mia Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. That's true. She does have distinctive clothes. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. I'm no expert on fashion, but hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way at the night of the murder. She was, Your Honour. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr, what are you trying to say? You mean lawyer? It's like where her eyes go, she twitches as well. I saw what I saw. Like a cat, isn't it? I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honour. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Alright. Witnesses are coming again. Okay, we're getting there, maybe. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attacker, ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statuary clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does that consider my report not startle you, T? Right, so she couldn't have known it was a clock. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Well, she couldn't have known it was a clock, could she? I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue clock, the thinker. See, do we present that now? I mean, that's clearly it, isn't it? Let's press it first. A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. I think we present it, don't we? Let's present it. Objection! Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. The twitch. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ooh, the witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse you. Should we withdraw your concerns? Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honour. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh, what? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... Because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.? No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from a hotel room, hee. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Heard the clock? But Mayra took all the stuff out, hadn't she? But it's not talking right now. Okay, so that's our evidence. Well, are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honour. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... They couldn't have rung. She couldn't have heard it. You're at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You have proof that she could not. Amateurs listen to Mr. Wright, and for Corin's proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose to test if she really could have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Damn, time to switch directions. Quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honour, I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because we couldn't have. See, it's the same. This is the problem. That's what I was saying earlier on in part 1 or whatever. You know, she couldn't have heard it. She couldn't have done because there's no insights in it. But it couldn't have rung. I mean, it's not going to ring, is it? That's a phone. It couldn't have chimed or whatever. Couldn't have told the time. So that's why this is the problem with the game sometimes. You know what you want to say, but the game's not, you know. Like the way it took, it couldn't have heard it. It took it as she couldn't physically have heard it from the distance. What I meant is she couldn't have heard it because it wouldn't have made a sound. But it couldn't have rung. It wasn't ringing. Ringing isn't. It couldn't have told the time, is what it should say here. Your Honour, members of the court, it is conceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. So we tried to say this, but the game didn't let us do it in the way it worded things. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honour? It is as the defence says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright. Would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Oh. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that's exactly what happened, Your Honour. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Yes, I can. Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Oop, hang on. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Woohoo! You have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September the 5th, 9:27 a.m. Beep. Your Honour, I think this makes it clear the clock was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at the hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I got so many. I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defence have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes, because Larry Butts made it. The witness claims to have seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to the court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce evidence that will prove the witness had not seen this clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in the police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? She's gone crazy. Alright. Let's be right. Alright, here. We see the real her now. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Alright. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Okay. Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, tee-hee. Wink. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? True colours. Oh dear. Does the defence have an opinion on this behaviour? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honour. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. Well, she hadn't heard it, she heard about it. The witness had never held a clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honour. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. Yeah, she had the wiretap. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mayfay's phone, were you not? Your Honour, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defence truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Do we have proof? I'm not sure that we do have proof. Do we have proof? Did ever say it was a clock? We should say it was a clock. It's a clock. Well, she did say it was a clock. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... It has to be that, doesn't it? There's nothing else. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Mia, Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honour, this is ridiculous. Your Honour, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defence demands an answer. La la la. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Okay. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. What do I say here? You did it, didn't you? Why the wiretap? I mean, I don't really know which one's the right one to say. Miss May. What is it, you little shrimp? Talk to me like that in that tone of voice, will you? You killed her, didn't you? Order! There will be order! What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretapping. Oops! So you admit you tapped a phone? But wait! I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl. Really? Can you prove it? No way can she prove it. You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer, but I can prove it, and I will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say, way. And I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Asked the bellboy. Wink. There you go. The witness was not on the scene at the scene at the time of the murder. All right. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fay, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defence have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. It's got to be Call the Bellboy, do we think? I mean, I don't know if I can get anything else from her. The defence would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk her quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you recognise Miss April May was not the killer, plus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss May F.A. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Mayer will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Let's accept the condition. I guess we've got to, haven't we? Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. Before I my trap. Wait. Very well. The court calls Hotel Bellboy to the stand. I assume this is right. I don't think it would let us do it if it's the wrong thing. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. You're so silly. Bellboy, yes sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. Nice tea. Good biscuits. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Alright, Miss May's room service. I'm head bellboy at the fine Gateway Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for a nice coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely the requested time, of course. Look at his eyes. And delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Alright, so she couldn't have seen it because she was with him. I see, the defence may begin the cross-examinations. Let's have a look. What have we got? Do we not have anything? I thought we had something. I'm sure it happened at exactly 9 o'clock, but I haven't got anything here that says that. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I might have to press him, I think. Okay. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, May will be finished. Maya. Miss May's room service. Alright, we need to press him, I think. I'm head bellboy at the Fine Gate Hotel in business for 4 generations. Okay. I believe I received a call 8 a.m. in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Okay. She asked for a nice coffee to be at 9 on the dot. Let's press that. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that the details several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought her at the price of the requested time. Precisely 9 o'clock then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, boy, tee-hee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on the door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You're sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favoured me with an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Well, why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. That's pretty fishy to me. I think Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Well, there's something there because she said she saw the murder happen. And she can't have done if she was with him. Tut tut. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait! Please wait! Yes? Does the defence have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honour, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it. Now is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in. Well, bed making, no chance. Room service. It's got to be check-in because there was two people. There was two people in the room, wasn't there? Check-in. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. All right, very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Right? Because she's with someone else. What exactly do you mean? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with a lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? There we go. I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you'd normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof. You fool. All right, we're getting somewhere. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honour, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendants. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple, it was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honour, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defence's arguments. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honour. That is all today for the trial of May F.A. Court is adjourned. All right, there we go. Goodness me. Goodness me. All right. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, you're amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. No, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention centre now. I'll have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis, don't worry, I'll find it by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. Alright. I asked for full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of the testimony is all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. May's testimony added to the court record. Alright. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. May doesn't belong in that detention centre, and it's up to me to set her free. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, well, it's getting deeper, isn't it? It's getting more interesting. Yeah, more, what's the word? The plot thickens, as they say. So yeah, so right, well, I'll see you next time in the next part. Alright, we'll see what happens. Maybe this is the last day, we'll see. We'll see who this guy is, what he has to say. Looks like he was the killer, doesn't it? But we've got to prove it. So I'll see you next time. Bye for now.